Welcome to levelupyourgame.net. I'm Disrepute, joined by Vor. Hello, Vor.
Oh, hello.
Sweden versus Poland, Clanbase Nations Cup winner bracket final. The winner of this will go on to the grand final of the Nations Cup. Both teams been there before, so it's not a surprise to see these two top quality Quake nations duking it out in the last few rounds as usual. The loser will go on.
Are you lagging or am I lagging?
I don't think I'm lagging. Who are you following?
Nah, it's just the way you sound on Mumble to me, but it could be me.
I don't know, ask the stream. Ask the viewers.
Ask the audience.
The audience, yeah. Yeah, so let's look at the teams anyway. Maddox, Blind, Puri and Sparty for Sweden. For Poland, West, Avec, Verb and Zik. Who are your star players there, Vor? Star
player, particularly for this map, has to be Verb. Some of the performances he puts in on this map are unbelievable. Now, he often goes minutes at a time without dying, and during that time, often locking down the red by himself, getting lots of kills. He's definitely going to be a key player for Poland on this map. But unfortunately, we've seen in the warm-up his connection to this server isn't that good, so whether that will play a role in this game for him or not, we'll have to see. I certainly hope it doesn't. And for Sweden, you know, Puri, probably their strongest TDM player in this lineup they're using now. And it'll be interesting to see whether or not this lineup, but I don't know if they've played with this. I mean, they certainly haven't played with this lineup in any games we've covered, and that could be an issue for them, having not played together all that much.
Alright, good. Well, this is deep inside. This is Poland's map pick. What kind of play do you think we'll see on this map, Vor?
Well, most teams, they always set the stall out to keep control of that rail and that quad area pretty much all game. Now, even though there's not all that much in the way of resources in that area, the position advantage is so great that it does actually, you know, provide an advantage to most teams on this map. And, you know, of course teams will move out from there, good access to the mega, and they'll also look to push the red if possible. Now, whoever is not in control of that quad area will be looking to stay strong and make attacks onto quad and make sure they don't give up too much in the way of armors. Now, quad attacks on this map are so vital. It has to be timed extremely well and well coordinated as a team if you hope to take the quad over. But we'll also see teams, even though there's such an advantage of the quad position, we'll still see teams struggle to pick that quad up, and we'll surely see, as we normally do on here, a lot of last second quad steals.
Yeah, it's quite an exciting map for the quad area. Of course, this is an old Quake 3 map, both teams full of Quake 3 experienced players. And although it is Poland's map pick and they're strong on it, it's not like Sweden are going to be weak on this map, is it?
They're certainly not going to be weak on this map, but in terms of playing together as a team and experience on this map, Poland are way ahead in that field.
And of course the other map pick, for Sweden's map pick, it was Purgatory, which was quite a shock for us, considering their result against the Czech Republic, where they got absolutely dismantled on it.
Yeah, it is a surprise that they've chosen to pick Purgatory, and I can only think they've done so because they feel that Poland are even worse on it than they are. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know how much Poland have played Purgatory, but it's an interesting pick.
Well, Poland's map elimination was Dreadful Place, and you feel that that elimination is
well, that elimination is certainly down to
lack of play.
No experience on the map. Apparently Avec has little to absolutely zero experience on it, so that's a no-brainer as far as eliminating Dreadful Place goes.
Alright, so we are going to go live on Deep Inside. Clanbase Nations Cup winner bracket final. Sweden vs Poland. Starting off with Zik's point of view. He gets that lower spawn by the shotgun straight up onto the bridge now. And Sweden are all over this quad bridge area straight away. Puri taking him out, and we've got time for the quad. 20 seconds.
It's a fairly early quad.
Yeah, and Sweden in the ideal position already for it, although we don't really know the armour of all the players yet.
Quad this early will catch Poland out, I think. They will try and attack quad, but if they do, it will come way too late. I don't think they're going to make any attack.
There we go. Of course, Sweden don't know the time of the first quad either, but there we go. Maddox 100-100. Shotgun in hand. Ideally, he'd love a shaft to work with. I'm sure one of his teammates would want, I think, but moving through towards this red armour area, where Poland... Oh, catches Verb out, although he hits a nice rocket. Oh my god, nade to the feet. And Maddox, that nade just pushed him right back. Only 17 health, the 225s might want to grab, just misses out on the red armour. Good play from Sweden in the end, puts them 7-1 up with control of the red armour and the bridge still.
Yeah, this is a really strong start, and Poland now will be looking for a way to... First, I imagine they'll probably look for a way to take that red armour area back, although it's not going to be easy. Sweden have 3 players over at red at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, if one of their team can just spot how many players Sweden perhaps committed to that position, they could attack quad and take that over pretty easily. But that's not the case now. So you still follow Maddox, got a rail in hand. And just cycle around, have a look at some of the other players blind. With the plasma just controlling this quad area, no pressure on him. Puri in the middle of a fight, here we go, red. And Avek's the last guy there, takes out Maddox's beautiful shaft. And he's going to be rewarded with the armour.
That's a really good attack by Poland. They attacked with 3. 2 of them did die, but Avek won the area in the end, and this was the way back into the game for them.
Great LG from Avek as well. Oh, nice rail to follow that up as well. Now, win over the bridge by fragging Sparty. His teammate moves in quickly. They'll be perfectly timed for quad. It's only 10 seconds away as Avek takes that mega health. Oh, misses the bounce pad rail. Does I think it's Maddox. And Avek, look, those few seconds we see his play there, absolutely sublime. We're now following Verb with the quad, and a lot of that is down to what Avek just pulled out. 1 frag game, Sweden still just ahead, but Poland with this quad. Verb hunting for frags.
And that LG pickup is certainly going to help him.
Just dodging those rockets. He's not going to rush through. That's something inexperienced players will do, just try and force their way in as quick as they can and just get bounced around by the rockets. He did get 1 frag out of that.
He'd have certainly died if he pushed in then, because you've got to say that was a good quad defence by Sweden to hold that quad out of the red armour room.
You'll see the higher level players won't just be about trying to get as many frags as possible. They are about surviving out the entire length of quad and winning the key areas over. There we go, Verb moving in, perfectly timed. Takes out Puri, and suddenly 2 of his teammates around him at this red armour area. Oh, Sparty hitting the rail on Verb, and he's going to have to back off now. Health up, these 225s. Maddox just dropped straight into him, but Sparty with the frag with the rail. Now we're on the Swedes' point of view. I believe he just won the Duel Cup earlier, beating Rafa and Cypher. So he should be in sparkling form.
That tournament.
Sparkling.
Yeah, and I believe, I don't know which game it was, but do you remember maybe one of the group stage games possibly where we saw Sparty single-handedly win this map for Sweden? They'll be looking for a repeat performance from him.
He's definitely one of those players who can pull out an amazing world-class performance when he wants to. There we go. Sparty moving in with a teammate, Puri, for this quad. Oh my god, perfectly timed to land on it, but it does go down to the Cess machine gun spam of Zik. And actually, in the end, it looks like Poland come out better from that situation. So what are we seeing these first 5 minutes for of play?
Well, we saw a really strong start from Sweden, but since then, neither team's really been out of lockdown. quad. Poland have it at the moment, but they have red as well, do they? Don't know who that is over at red for Poland.
It's a kind of interesting flow to the game. The transitions between the attacks. You'll get no real action for a while, and then suddenly both teams are on each other.
Yeah, we are seeing a lot of good play in that regard. People aren't throwing frags away needlessly. It's mostly quite coordinated attacks, like teams moving between different areas, but moving as a team and not getting caught out. Avek was caught out at that mega by 3 Swedish players.
Oh, but there's the rail from Zik now. He doesn't know. Oh, haha, perfect plasma. Just a bit of damage. Did just miss the rail. He'll be a little bit irritated by that, but nevertheless, 30 seconds till the next quad.
Poland's certainly in position for it at the moment, but there's still plenty of time before the next quad for Sweden to get weapons and get armour and make an attempt.
Zik just hit an important rocket on Sparty there, who just picked up the shotgun at that lower bounce pad. Should mean he's no real risk to the quad. Zik just defends this bridge. He does miss the rail though. 1 second until the quad. Verb picks it up, only 14 health though. Doesn't want to get Sis down. How's he going to escape this area? He does, good play, but yellow armor stole right in front of him by Avek. And the quad is dispatched by blind. Avek to follow. And now spawn frag. Only a 4 frag difference.
Yeah, very close so far, and we've seen the quads picked up and managed to get away from quad each time so far, but no really massive quad run so far to really, fix control for a team for the next minute or so.
Yeah, and now it looks like Sweden are team in control of this bridge quad area. And Poland, presumably, sitting at the red. There we go, Avek on that upper yellow. Blind don't want to take him on. Shaft versus Rocket in that area. Let's actually switch around and have a look at Avek. He's going to get lower yellow as well, so he's now got 100 armor to work with. Shaft and Rocket.
Yeah, his team ran away from that rocket that he was generously trying to give out.
There you go, look, we got 3 poles ready to attack the quad. In fact, the 4th player looked like he was at the shaft, so have they given up the red armor? 30 seconds until the quad. Go Avek's perfect timing on the items. Now back for Mega.
Good time to look to attack quad at the moment, because with so long till quad you can attack it, and if you fail you still get another attempt.
There we go. Zik and Avek got the bounce pad in. Brilliant defense from Sweden though. I mean, those were 2 stacked players there.
Yeah, you'd have to say maybe it was a mistake that only 2 of the Polish team attacked at the same time. All 4, it could have been quite different.
Here we go, Puri, 100, shotgun, rocket, rail to work with. Mega's up in 5, but he doesn't seem to know the time because Poland did take the last one. Doesn't necessarily need it though. Oh, so irritating when those shotguns don't get the frag, but it was a fair distance away. Sweden are still in the lead, and now with this quad they can extend it further and get control perhaps of the red armor as well as the bridge.
This is the first really good quad run we've seen, and this could cause Poland a problem for the next minute or 2. They've got to recover once again. This is similar to the start of the game where Sweden are totally dominating the map.
Oh, interesting jump by Puri, because it looked like he wouldn't have even made it up to the red. Look at that rocket from Zik.
So unlike Puri, he just couldn't hit Zik at all. You have to say that was quite impressive by Zik, but
he looked tentative, didn't he? It's almost at the halfway stage on the map, and Sweden have managed to pull out around a 10 frag lead, the biggest we've seen so far, thanks to that quad run by Puri.
Yeah, and had Puri been a bit more decisive at that red armor, that they could be even better positioned than they are already.
Let's just cycle away blind. does pick up that upper yellow. Looks like he's in charge of controlling the quad. Puri takes that railgun off the spawn. He had a shotgun as well, but no armor to work with. A little bit of pressure on that bridge area, though. Sweden now moving into the red. Oh, a rocket to the chest again, and Verb takes him out. Now following the deep inside master Verb. Have you noticed about his ping, and has it been an issue yet, Vor?
Hard for me to tell because I think mine's fucked.
There you go, 4 frags the difference as Poland do pick up the quad, make that 3. Zik with the shaft moving through towards the red. He's got the 40 armor.
Yeah, he should have no problem tying the game up here for Poland.
Oh, that is excellent position, but good defensive plasma. And he's run out of ammunition.
Yeah, that was really impressive by those two Swedes. I think that was Sparty and Puri. I think Zik was sure they'd run away, but you know, the position they took up then, it was so hard for the quad to actually do anything.
He said like his initial movement catching them off guard was brilliant, but it's just the counterplay was so absolutely perfect and accurate. But there we are, the teams are tied, with Poland in the ascendancy, controlling what you'd call the primary location on the map, or most teams would. And now pressuring the red as well. It is up in 1 second, just misses out though Zik on hitting the player there.
He's just not hitting those rails. You know, if he'd have hit his rails then, he would have taken control of that red area, no problem.
Don't know what the hell happened there, but teams are tied. Coming up, this is the quad minute. Misses out on the mega. Blind taking that. Oh, and Sweden just straight up the bounce pad and in the quad area, moved in behind Poland. This could be a key movement. I think 25 seconds until the quad. Good. Rail hit by West, and Blind's just been pushed off. Going to go down to Zik here. He's now rewarded with the LG. In fact, Mega's going to be up absolutely perfect time for Zik. He's 150 health, no armor. He does have a shaft and a shotgun. Oh, Sparty's just caught him. He's going to miss out on that quad because of it. Oh, they came up with a bounce pad and just took out Maddox, who had the power up in hand, and that was important for Poland. In fact, it'd be interesting.
Poland will be disappointed that they didn't actually get that quad. You know, they had the far better setup. They actually had massive weapon advantage as well. I think they'll be slightly disappointed not to have taken that one.
Unbelievably tight still, only a 1 frag game. I think missing his rockets there to get the frag. Maddox surviving with 1 health before he goes down to Verb.
I said a reason that the game is still so tight is because anytime one team has really taken control of the map, the team at disadvantage has done an excellent job of, you know, just defending for a half a minute or so and then making a counter. Now that's so key to keeping the score close, is anytime you are the team at disadvantage, you don't let the opponents make frags.
Brilliant rockets from Verb, managed to survive with 1 health. Let's have a look at some of his statistics. Nothing really eye-catching there. Look at that movement, beautiful jump across. And 40 seconds till quad. Poland do control that area.
Poland are very weak though, they don't have much armour, only Avik is armoured. You know, this is going to be a hard quad to defend.
Yeah, and Verb's just got that upper yellow, but he got caught out by Blind, who moved in with the shaft, who's got 20 armour himself.
Avik's lost all his armour, but leaves no armour for Poland to defend this quad.
Blind goes down.
They do
West
have position though.
Yeah, with the rail. Oh, hits his shots as well, hits another one. 7th impressive of the game so far. There's the quad, and West does take it. In fact, it seemed a bit of a weak attack by Sweden in the end.
Yeah, that was
a bit more from them, but they all seem to come through the same entrance.
Quite surprising, because Poland they did have weapons in position, but they had no armour at all.
Oh, good. support play from Verb there on the quad, but West, I think he prioritised the wrong player there. He gets taken out by Puri. So close still, 4 frags the difference. We've got 5 minutes left of play on this first map deep inside. Poland's map pick.
Yeah, any big mistakes from either team here could certainly be a deciding factor in this map.
So many of these kills going frag for frag.
It is Poland, I'd say, who have had the better of the quad control so far this game. Having said that, it hasn't been easy for them to move out from that quad and do much to Sweden on the other parts of the map.
Following Zik, I'm not sure why he doesn't wait for this next red. It's only 5 seconds away. Well, he has moved there now. After failing the jump, he's going to get caught out by Puri's shaft. Puri manages to survive against Verb's rockets as well, and he's rewarded with a rail and red. It's moments like that that really do get you the results in these matches sometimes when they're so close.
That's a really big moment, because that is probably the final red that can realistically be taken before this quad.
If he can win the quad area using it, he does survive the AC, takes out Zik with the rocket.
Weakened quite badly, and there's not many of his team around him.
Verbs go down as well. Now Avec just misses the air rocket. And Avec takes the quad now. Puri going down. Sweden have taken the lead in that period though.
Yeah, they have taken the lead, but there was no support for Puri at the quad itself. I think most of Sweden was stuck on the bridge.
Avec just screaming around the map with Plasma, of course. One of the best players in the world with that weapon, you'd have to say. Such a difficult weapon to use as well. And they brought it back to a 1 frag game.
Teams are tied.
Needs the red for a teammate, interestingly.
Red leads.
Sweden still just ahead. Could be important as well. There's only 1 more quad left for.
Yeah, this final quad is going to be probably the decider. I don't think we're going to see the score go too far either way before then. It is Sweden with the advantage at the moment though, and it's very important probably to take that advantage into the final quad.
It must be so tense. All the players playing. Oh, I have it missing out on that mega health, and suddenly actually the score just jumped. That was a 2 frag difference, no, 5 frag difference. Seems like nothing, and in most maps you'd say, oh, that difference is hardly anything, but in this match, so far, it's a fairly decent lead. 20 seconds until the quad, and Sweden have moved in perfectly. Puri, a nice stack of armour. Wow. Look at the lead extending.
Yeah, I don't think the quad will be enough.
Poland going to be in trouble here. Puri has saved all that armour. He's got the right weaponry as well, and Poland's attack is pretty weak. Oh, where did Verb come from? Came from behind, takes out quad, but Sweden just did enough getting the quad. There you go,
yeah,
Verb.
They needed that quad really. I mean, it was going to be hard even if they picked it up. But
don't know what that weapon choice was by Verb, switching to rail. Oh, and there's the pummel from Puri as well. You have to say, it's looking like Sweden have this.
Yeah, they have this no problem. I'm surprised. I was sure that neither team was going to want to throw away frags going into that final quad, but the score just kept getting wider and wider, and prior to that final quad pickup, Sweden had actually managed to take an 11 frag lead, which is surprising.
It was the biggest lead on the map as Zik takes out Avec. He just dropped down into the mega. Unfortunate there, but this was Poland's map pick, of course, as well. And Sweden, yet again, typical nations champions. I think they are the holders, aren't they? Just showing just why they're considered such a strong nation. Taking that first map 130, 118. for the star players there. Puri, well, we saw certain moments of brilliance from him. Everybody else on the team, their scores look pretty solid. Not spectacular. Poland, no real standout scores for them.
There was no real standout bad scores for them as well, which you'd expect in a close game. I mean, you know, in the key moments towards the end of that map, it was just Sweden coming out on top every time. That's what won it for them in the end.
They were pretty lucky to see Puri. A couple of moments of brilliance winning it for Sweden there. And now we're going to move on to Purgatory, one of the other new maps to Quake Live. Wasn't in Quake 3, so all of these players have only been playing it, I don't know, for what, 9 months, something like that. And definitely tactics are evolving. We've got 2 yellows, we've got a battle suit and a quad, so 2 power-ups. We've got a red mega health, the full arsenal of weapons, machine gun, shotgun, grenade launcher, rocket launcher, lightning gun, rail gun, and plasma. What are the key attributes about this map board that each team needs to look out for?
Well, we see most of the action take place around the red armour or in the red armour room itself, but the key for most teams is not to commit too heavily into the red armour room itself, because you can find that if you put too many of your team actually in the red armour room, then you kind of get surrounded, because around the red armour room you've got a lot of high positions that can be used to fire down into red, and you don't want to let the opposition team take control of those areas, because it can become quite difficult to actually pick red up cleanly and then move out of it. You want to try and keep control of that area generally around the red, and then you've got clean pickups of the red to move out, you know, attack rail, attack upper rocket, try and keep the yellow just near the red times as well, that's useful. And of course the mega. Yeah. Generally the team that has red should have an easy-ish time of moving to the mega if they can keep control of the area around red. But it's interesting to see this map because, you know, Sweden certainly aren't strong on it, but we don't know how good Poland are on it at all.
Yes. So if you had to call one team or the other?
Well, I really don't know how Poland are on this map. I think they could be in trouble here, because I think they could be one of those teams that, you know, don't practice for new maps much. That is why they eliminated Dreadful Place, is sheerly because they don't know the map. Hoping that's not the case with Purgatory as well.
Well, let's hope we get a close game. The teams will remain the same: Maddox, Blind, Puri and Sparty for Sweden, West Avik, Verb and Zik for Poland. Definitely all-star lineups there. And we do go live here on Purgatory. Sweden's map choice.
3, 2, 1.
Alright, starting off with Maddox. Does get the yellow armor shotgun spawn. It's always one of my favourites.
Blue leads.
Means you're looking pretty strong. Going in on this first attack on red. Has a supporting player with that railgun. Zik going down. Avik to follow as well. Basically seen 4 frags from Maddox essentially there. On that red armor area. There's Avik to go down as well. We definitely picked the best pod to start off with. And Zik to follow. So now, look, we got a time on the power-ups. 5 seconds until they spawn. We've got quad this end that Maddox is at the moment, and battlesuit the other end. Puri gets the battlesuit, Maddox the quad.
Not a good start for Poland, that's not what they needed at all.
Oh! Let's switch over, Puri's gone down as well, so both power-ups are dead. Didn't really get much done.
No, that's very fortunate, I think, for Poland. You know, they'd already made the worst of starts of the map of the two teams, and to give up double power-up, you know, they could have gone down heavily in the first 2 minutes. Do look to be recovering, though.
There we go, the main man from the first map, Puri. Superstar that he is from Quake 2, of course. 10 frags the lead. He does have the red armor, although that's been depleted somewhat. just patrolling this upper corridor. That is the key location we're talking about in securing, so that red is nice and safe. You can't let teams gather players spamming down rockets and rail at you from there as they pick it up. He's waiting for Mega Health. It's 15 seconds away. Doesn't seem to have a time on it at all. But there's no pressure from Poland at the moment. You have to wonder what Poland's focus is here. Oh my god, good timing with the rocket from West straight down into the face of Puri. Took him out. But he was eradicated pretty quickly himself. And Sweden looking quite comfortable in this red armour room.
Yeah, they've certainly made the better start. Poland are starting to contest this red. They have the timing on it, and Zik dropped in there, managed to kill the Swedish player, and he had good timing on that red.
We've got power-ups now as well, so that's an important red if he can just survive. Oh my god. Bounce pad attack from Blind just took him out. Verb's going up the bounce pad now as well. It's kind of amateurish, some of these moves, but he's going to find it hard to survive against the battlesuit at the Swedes' control.
Yeah, he may not be able to get anything to be able to challenge the suit, and we may not even make it to challenging the suit.
Yeah. Didn't see who took the suit, in fact. But just that first attack going up the bounce pad completely nullified the quad, and he wasn't really able to do anything with it.
He didn't have a big stack before he did that, and afterwards he certainly wasn't going to be able to make any sort of challenge on battlesuit.
Going Mega Health, taken by Puri.
I have to say, early on this is not looking good for Poland at all. Puri seems quite confident on this map. He's had a good first map, and continuing that on this second map, Purgatory.
37% shaft there as well, 61 rocket, so it's some nice stats. And if they're taking the yellows as well as red, oh, Poland are in trouble. It looks like Poland must have the red room at the moment.
Yeah, but it's a room that you don't really need to be in other than to pick the items up.
Oh, Puri blindly dropping down there and getting countered by the Polish players, Avec especially there.
2 frags in 2 seconds. Excellent.
I mean, you saw the importance of controlling that area above the red. I mean, Poland had control of red, but Sweden wouldn't let them move out and take advantage of that armour, blocking them off. But then Puri dropping down, getting countered by the Poles. It's just given them the advantage going in that area for the next few seconds. But the power-ups are going to be up now, and Blind for Sweden takes that battlesuit. It looks like Sweden are default choosing to take the battlesuit. That's their safe choice.
Yeah, I don't know, unless you are really strong with the quad, aim-wise, I think suit is superior on this map. There's a lot more opportunities to ambush the quad.
I have to say, that quad is perhaps a bit of a fail by West there. You wouldn't say he's the star player from that line of Poles. It's a bit surprising perhaps they don't try and stack one specific player to do the power-up runs.
I mean, West is a solid player, but he's certainly not what you'd call an ideal power-up runner based on who else is in the lineup. No, you're going to want Avec or Verb, probably priority for power-ups.
Very consistent high aim. An aggressive playstyle with good movement is usually what you want with the power runners. But it was a good rocket from Blind to take him out anyway, using that battlesuit. And we're back at the position of Sweden controlling this red. I mean, the gap's not massive at this point.
No, it isn't, and Poland's doing an okay job of putting pressure on this red. But it's not great from them. I think they're also losing, a lot of other pickups. Normally if you're not getting red, it's fairly easy to be able to pick up other armors, but I don't think they're doing as good a job of that as they could.
Okay, following West, does go down to Blind's rail. We've only got 10 seconds until the quad. Now, Battlesuit is 5 seconds ahead now, and we could start seeing a bit of a delay between the power-ups. Maddox takes it. He was under pressure there. He's not stacked.
You'd think Curry would give him a rocket, but...
Yeah. Oh, they've got the quad as well. Blind going down eventually. So it was Maddox, wasn't it, with the Battlesuit? There he is.
They had started to close the score slightly, and giving away double power-ups going to put a quick end to tying the game up, or even coming close to tying the game up.
Maddox with a very nice stack to just run out this power-up. Verb going down to some ideal shaft. So Vor, looking at the two teams, looking at the way the map's playing out so far, what can Poland do to bring this back?
I think really they need to stop getting stuck in that red room. We see when Sweden have control of red, they don't spend too much time in the room. They're in and out of the room just to pick up the LG, pick up the red. Poland seem to get a bit stuck in there, and they pick up the red but take damage trying to leave red, and they don't have the area around it secure. They want to start going back into this game. We're going to have to start taking reds, getting them out and putting pressure on other parts of the map.
Very aggressive play from Puri there, and he wins the red for Sweden. Would you say, especially as well, just getting one of the power-ups and perhaps making sure they get Battlesuit should be a priority? I mean, they've dropped double power-up, I think, twice now on this map already.
Yeah, that's certainly something they can't afford to do, at all, if they want to come back into this.
There's a 6-second gap between the power-ups, so 20 seconds away. You would perhaps advise Poland to maybe move in now, win Battlesuit.
Yeah, because having moved around on this map a fair bit, it's fairly easy to move Battlesuit to quad in that space of time. You might not necessarily get on quad to pick it up, but you'll certainly be in above the quad putting pressure on. I think Maddox is going to do that this time.
There you go.
Yeah, this is really bad. From now on, I think Poland will have to commit to that Battlesuit.
Oh, a nice escape it was from Verb for a split second before going down to Puri above, but we're following Maddox at the moment with this Battlesuit. Ran out of rockets, but does have the shaft and the shotgun. Doesn't have to do much, just wins over the red room. 26 frag difference. I have to say, it's just the way Poland play, they just seem a little less sure about what to do on this map.
Yeah, I think that's sadly because they just don't have much experience on here, and said it at the time, there's no way that Sweden picked this map because of their own strengths on it. They picked this map as a we know you don't know the map and we're going to destroy you on it sort of pick.
There's still time to come back, but you don't want to see just frags thrown away by Poland. And in that period of play, I mean, they just, dropped about 10 or 15 frags, practically in a row. And that's not with a power-up in hand for Sweden. Halfway through the map anyway. 30 seconds until the next Battlesuit. This will be like, essentially the last red before that, which Maddox takes. So I'm going to switch around to him.
And as we've seen from what happened at the last set of power-ups, Battlesuit is pretty much you have to go for it now, either team, because there is plenty of time to get that suit over to quad, and it's hard enough to get the quad out cleanly even when there's not a suit there.
Well, here we go. Now, Poland have moved into the Battlesuit this time, and they should secure it. It's going to be West with the power-up again.
But this is not the right route.
He's missed out on the yellow then as well, and he's gone to red, in fact.
Don't understand that at all. They had plenty of time to get over to that quad, and look how weak quad is. If Suit had been there's no way Sparty would be getting out of there alive.
Does go down though, at least. So let's go back to the Battlesuit. As it does run down, he picks up the red. Gonna get a couple of frags as well. Maybe this is the road to recovery of that Battlesuit to start it off. I mean, quad didn't actually do anything in the end, so it wasn't necessarily it didn't work out as a mistake the route he took, but Oh, look at this, Sweden, they have time on the red. Perfect drop. That was textbook attack of how you get the red armor when you don't have control of the red room. Just drop down with multiple players right on the time of red and just steal it from under the noses. And exactly why we say you got to keep control of that upper corridor and above the red. There you go, Maddox drops on it again, perfect timing. And Poland, 50 seconds of control of that red armor room. They haven't got any armor out of it.
Yeah, and as we said, it's all down to that upper corridor. You can either drop down onto the red or you can just make shots and nullify the pickup. And unless they can keep control, and it's a good area to control regardless, because you know it gives access to rocket launcher and to rail, and those are two weapons you want.
How interestingly, Sweden were blocked off by West from the upper corridor. They just came in from the bump above the smaller bounce pad that time. There's 10 seconds now between the battlesuit and the quad. Blind is stacked 100-100 for this battlesuit, and they should have time to take both power-ups now.
No, Serene takes as well. It's wasting time on Zik. Is he still going to get there in time?
It looked like there was 3 Polish players anyway. Oh my god, it was even more delayed, so I mean, it makes it even more important that either team goes to battlesuit first.
He could have ignored Zik on his way to quad and he would have had double power up then, but it's worked out fine for Sweden anyway, and they're now 29 frags ahead.
Sparty moving in. He's got a 200 armor stack. Haven't seen much of him on this map actually. But I think we switched to him. And useful time, 41% MG, 42 LG, 57 rail, even 26 plasma. The guy is looking pretty comfortable with his mouse there. Just seems like they got a free run of the map, Sweden.
Yeah, it's not good for the Poles really. Even any time they manage to get red, they don't have it in such a way that they're going to be able to make good use of it.
There you go, absolutely perfect timing to move in again from Sparty. He's going to get 3 frags out of that and a red. Look, barely lost anything, 150 armor. Oh my god, we came at such a good time to Sparty Pov. Look how many frags he's got. He must have had like over 10 frags in the period we've just watched him. Battlesuit up in 5. He's going to go back for the red armor. So he's going to miss out on the battlesuit, but he should be good for the quad. There you go, Puri with the battlesuit. I mean, this is looking, in all honesty, like it's over. There's only 3 power-ups left now, 40 frags of difference. And, well, Poland to nowhere. Look at the frags. There you go, Sparty stacked quad as well, so...
Yeah, I mean, you're wondering, if anyone was wondering why Puri wasn't going to quad there, it's because they didn't even need him there.
And Sparty back for that red again. I mean, he's what? Got 4 or 5 in a row of the reds, and he's just running the map.
It's like he's dueling the map on his own, and it doesn't even matter what his team are doing, because everything Sparty's doing is working out great for him at the moment.
I mean, does it feel like Poland have perhaps just given up?
Yeah, they have. I think one of them was stood AFK for a moment then. But, you know, I just feel that this is a map they don't know at all, more than likely. I don't think they had much hope of winning this.
And that's the problem, isn't it, really? I mean, you've got a 7 map pool. You can't elim every map.
Yeah,
2 brand new maps.
What they're for is, you know... Yeah, Sweden have picked this, but they'd have expected to win OSP5, and then the 3rd map would have been something they knew. You know, I think that's what they were playing for, and it hasn't worked out, having lost OSP5.
Yeah, still from his spot. He does eventually go down to Verb, but he's only left with 8 health. He's surely going to get fragged by Puri. Well, I mean... Got 2 sets of power-ups left. 15 seconds till the battle to see if perhaps Poland can get their act together, maybe make it a bit more respectable score. I mean, it's suddenly basically a 70 frag gap.
Yeah, ever since we saw that massacre from Sparty, the score has got quite a bit wider.
There you go, Puri with the bounty at this time. He can probably move in and double up the power up. There's plenty of time to get to quad.
There is no way he's going to get stopped here.
No resistance at all from Poland.
I think the Maddox even cleared the area out for him.
See what frags he can get, Puri, with this double power up. Just using the shaft there. Run out of battlesuit now, but quad is of course the ideal power up.
Kind of an anticlimax after the first map, which was so tight between both teams. And I'm pretty sure that had Poland won that first map, we'd have seen this sort of result on here regardless, but I think we'd have seen a really good third map.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the map selection and, I mean, I really wouldn't be able to... It would be close, like Deep Inside was. I mean, all the rest of the maps in the pool, both teams are very experienced on, and you would say they're not weak on any of them, so it would have been very interesting. And I just think it's a bit disappointing that teams still haven't learnt these brand new maps. I mean, this is one of the maps that will be at DreamHack, for example, and
yeah, you could afford to maybe not know one map in the map pool, but to not know two of the new maps well enough, it's just puts you at such a massive disadvantage. And as we can see here, after losing OSP 5, which they would have expected to win, you know, Poland never had a chance on Purgatory.
So let's start talking about Poland. Will go down to the lower bracket to meet Germany or Denmark, who need to play their match before. And
yeah, once again, both teams, Germany and Denmark, are both comfortable on the new maps.
And very active, and they got good team play.
Yeah. Particularly Denmark, who you put down as perhaps the favourites for the Denmark versus Germany game. Poland, I think the only map they could say they have an advantage over Denmark on, a comfortable advantage, would be OSP 5, Deep Inside.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to say Poland would still be the favourites against either of those two teams.
I'd put Poland as the favourites against Germany, but I would put Denmark as the favourites, simply because Poland are not comfortable on these new maps, and they're going to have to play them. They'll be able to eliminate one of them, but they can't eliminate both.
So we could see an all-Scandinavian grand final in your eyes, perhaps. Oh
yeah, potentially, certainly.
Interesting. Either way, Sweden will go on to the grand final. I mean, before the event they would have been the favourites anyway, so perhaps not much of a surprise.
Well, maybe they would have been pre-event favourites, but with such a variable lineup, you don't know what sort of Sweden team to expect. They've had very different lineups throughout this competition. As you can see, that's a dominant scoreline, double the frags.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for joining us on levelupyourgame.net. I've been Disrepute, joined by Vor, and this was the Clanbase Nations Cup winner bracket final.
It was me lagging, by the way. Need to reboot my connection.